to play a game.
Colonel, I think you might want to send a battalion out to Onyx Point when we're done here. The grubs seem to like that place.
How's it going, guys? Super Jim here. Welcome back to my insane difficulty walkthrough here on Gears of War Judgment. This section is called Central Base, a part of the Onyx Point section of the campaign. And let's check out what the declassified mission is in this one.
Colonel, the wind blowing out there on Onyx Point wasn't making our job any easier. Believe me.
Okay, so as we can see, strong winds affect movement for this declassified mission. So we're going to get all 3 stars in this one. I'll show you how to do it. It's a fairly straightforward part of the campaign. There's a bunch of equipment here you can pick up. Just choose whatever you prefer. I like the double barrel for the close quarters section, dealing with the heavies up close. And we're going to get the breach shot, I think it is, as well. Grab some grenades and all that good stuff. So yeah, the wind really does affect your movement a fair bit if you're out in the open in this section of the map, but it's not one of the more difficult challenges, let's just put it that way. It will move you sideways and all around and stuff like that if you move down into that exposed area of the map, but we're just going to hang out here to the right in this room for quite a while here and try and take out some of these guys that rushes with the cleavers. A bit of a cleaver versus chainsaw battle, and chainsaw wins. Oh yeah. We also have some canters and stuff like that that will come at you. I'm going to try and take this one out and not get blown up by the tickers at the same time. Bit of multitasking there. Yeah, but it's probably the best just to hang back here in cover where you're fairly safe from the wind, and just try and take out as many of the locusts as you can from here before you move through towards the bottom of the map. And you're going to have the usual guys like the boomers, grinders, depending on the smart spawn system as always, will depend which ones you get. And you've also got the regular grubs and whatnot. But because you're in this room and there's only a couple of windows, or there's one window and there's entrance in front of you that they're going to come through, the boomers, if you do get them, will find it hard to target you in here, especially if you're hanging back behind cover. It is really well protected in this area. Oh, there's actually 2 windows, so there you go. But yeah, it's very hard to see as well. So it's not just the movement; it's the visibility that's a little bit affected here by this declassified challenge. And we have some tickers coming up here, and there is a guy with a mulchi down there as well. But I pick up the boom shot there. We're going to try and take out a bunch of them and get some good kills with that. And yeah, so we're at 1 star so far. We just about got the second one here in this section, but you will have to obviously do all that stuff that you've been doing throughout the campaign to try and get these 3 stars. So get your good kills, try and get your headshots, executions, all that good stuff. Will all add up towards your star rating. But for me, I think the declassified missions, some of them are a little challenging, especially the time challenges on insane difficulty in some sections of the map. Some of the weapons challenges and that, but for the most part, it's more about variety. I don't see them really as adding too much to the difficulty most of the time. There's an example of the value of the double barrel right there. Well, I probably could have got an execution on that guy with the Lancer. But it's all good because we get the gib anyway. But yeah, for me the declassified missions are more about the variety in the gameplay and just adding something a little bit different. I think they were trying to get some more replayability out of the campaign with that. It's not so much about adding another difficulty level. Getting 3 stars I guess can be a little bit challenging on some of the sections, but for the most part it's fairly... It's a bit of a given if you do survive that section of the campaign on most of these. I don't know what you guys think now about Gears Judgment. It has been out a few weeks, or quite a while really now. Pick up a cog tag there as well. You know, compared with the other Gears, I think Gears 3 was definitely better. The campaign on this one was okay, but you don't have quite as much resting on, you know, the mission as you do, you know, in terms of the storyline as you do in Gears 3. And Gears 3 was just so epic. But for me, it was really fun. I really did enjoy this. But it's interesting the sort of choices that they made in making this. I know that it's a different studio that was in charge of this one, but I really don't understand why they left out Horde mode. That was one of my favourite things about Gears of War since they introduced that, and it's a bit strange that they left that out altogether. I personally think that was a huge mistake. But yeah, the campaign is always fun on Gears, that is for sure. The third-person cover system type of game is, if you're not used to playing it regularly, it can take a little bit of a learning curve to relearn the controls and that, and the movement, so forth. But for me, every time a Gears of War comes out, it takes me about, I don't know, 2 or 3 days of playing before I'm back in the swing of things, just because I'm used to playing the first-person type games. But it works very well. It works very well, and I think the game engine on this is actually really good. Okay, we've got, I think it's a grinder coming. Gonna try and take him out with this once he comes through, hopefully. So when you do have very limited visibility like this, it is very, very valuable to spot them like I've done right there. And then you don't have to worry about where they are. He seems to be like glitching out a little bit and just walking back and forth in that room, so I didn't want to venture in there because I've got my 3 stars right now. I didn't want to get killed. I didn't want to get killed after all that I've been through on this map. I think this was my first ever playthrough on this one, actually, so I didn't find it particularly difficult to beat, and I was hoping there'd be an entrance there, but there wasn't, so I'm going to have to head around the corner here. And we stick him with a grenade for the win. So this is pretty much the end of this section, guys, and the next part of the campaign that will be coming up in the next video is Central Control, the second last section to Onyx Point. Hope you're enjoying this. Please remember to rate and comment, but for now, it is Slippery Jim out. Thanks for watching.